You know what they need, but do you know what they want from you? The they, of course, are your clients, your potential clients. I did this backwards at the beginning of my own entrepreneurial adventure, and I presented an amazing idea that I knew would help Christian women in business. Did it fail? Yes. Why? I knew they needed it, but they didn't even know that they wanted it. And I was so proud of this amazing idea. I knew it was going to change everything for the women that I wanted to serve. I created the website. I put in loads of time and energy, sweat, blood, and tears all into its creation, only to really have a handful of clients ever even really look at it. What was wrong? Well, I was all in my head. I was relying on what I thought I knew, and I may even have had some wrong motivation at first. So how do you know which of your great ideas to choose from that are really the idea that God wants for your business? Well, I'm going to go through 4 steps that you can do to first narrow down all those choices from all those ideas you have for a business. Second, to get super, super specific about who God wants you to serve. Third, to get confirmation that you're truly on the right track with the idea that you have. And fourth, know how to create something that works for both your client, what they want from you, and it also works for you. Join me. Hey there, wise woman. This is DeneenTB, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach, with another video about what God wants for your business and how he is using it to transform you into the image of his son. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get started with this, what they need versus what they want of your clients and those potential clients. Now, I know as an entrepreneurial spirited woman, you have many ideas. You are so good at so many things and you have so many interests, right? I'm the same way. So I understand how it can be super difficult for you to choose like which direction to go when you want to start a business or you want to refocus in an existing business or totally transition into something new. The first question you have to ask yourself is, what do I know how to do? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take some time to list out all the things that you have experience in doing. And maybe you even have some credentials in doing them as well. List out everything that you're good at and really list out those things that you really enjoy doing that you're good at as well. In Calling Clarity, we call these exercises our experiences and expertise modules. From the list that you create, start then to cross off the things that don't really appeal to you. Or if you like the positive side, start to highlight the things that you really do like. You can ask yourself this question when you're trying to decide which ones to take away or which ones to leave. You can say, what do I want to be known for? That's a good kind of measure for what you really want to do. Now, if you've already have a strong direction and a business idea, you can check it against this criteria as well. Do you have the experience and or the expertise for this idea? And do you want to be known for being the go-to person in this area? You have to start with a business idea that is really suited to you, because God has given you all these opportunities in your life to bring you to this exact point, and he has equipped you to step into the next thing that he wants you to do and to step into it with confidence. Okay, that's the first question, the first thing to do. The second question you have to ask yourself is, who am I going to serve? Many times the people that we want to help through our businesses are actually kind of a mirror of ourselves. They look very much like ourselves. Why is that? Because we have the best experience and the best expertise in the areas that we've actually gone through ourselves. When I became a business owner, I had to learn so many things the hard way. I needed to go through each step of what not to do so that I could create a coaching business, the one I have today, that helps Christian women avoid the same pitfalls of entrepreneurship that I actually went through. I'm able to keep them from making the same mistakes that I made. And so therefore they're able to thrive much quicker and get going in an easier way. I know that you have probably heard this before, that narrow down your ideal client, or narrow down that ideal client avatar, the ICA. Now, there are plenty of exercises out there to help you get started. You can find them, just Google it. They're going to give you the demographic and they're going to give you the psychographic information. But what I have found is that is really not enough. You remember when I said a lot of times our ideal clients are a lot like us? Well, it may not be that you've gone exactly through the same specific set of circumstances that make you similar. It could come from an outside interest. It could come from a hobby you have or a topic that you know a lot about. For example, one of my clients, Anita, she's a copywriter. Now, she didn't get a degree. No, she didn't do that. But she's been a writer all her life. It was one of her interests, and she has that proverbial 10,000 hours of study that they say make you an expert. So that's really important. When she first got started, she decided that she wanted to work with Christian women business owners. And after a short period of time, she was really servicing and helping many different types of clients. It started to get kind of overwhelming, and she was having to do different focuses and switch her focus all the time when she got new clients. It was overwhelming because though she thought she had narrowed down her ICA, she had really not gotten specific enough. Now, I know it can be scary. I've heard over and over again, oh, if I niche down too far, then I won't have any clients. However, I want to assure you that the opposite is true. By getting more specific, you actually make your voice louder. So what did Anita do? She took her interest, an interest she had outside of copywriting and writing, in health and fitness. This was something she had a lot of knowledge about because she had made it her mission to personally improve in this area. And so she made this her specific focus. So what did this do? Well, it gave her a topic, or at least a set of topics that she could really focus on when doing her copywriting. She didn't have to know just a little bit about a variety of topics for Christian business women and entrepreneurs, but she could really dig deeper into the topic that she was genuinely interested in. This breakthrough came for her when she went through what we call the talent module in Calling Clarity. But we can't keep making all these decisions in our heads. What the business idea will be or who you will serve. We actually need to talk to people. The third question is to ask yourself this: how can I get confirmation that I'm going in the right direction? Now, I've already said the answer, and it is that you need to talk to these potential ideal clients. That had been my initial problem when I went into business. I created my program without ever talking to a single person. I thought I was listening to my ideal clients. I thought I was listening to what they were saying, but I jumped ahead of them by assuming a number of things about their wants. So let's face it, I simply thought that I knew what was best for them, and I just presented that. That's the problem. We can think that we understand their needs, but many times they don't know that they need it. I like to say, get them into your world with what they want, and then give them what they need. Because when you do, they will think that you are amazing. There are so many ways to talk to your potential clients. Some call it market research. I call it ICA interviews, ideal client avatar interviews. Yes, it means talking to real people and asking them real questions. Now, I work with a lot of introverts, and this is something that every single one of them cringe at doing. But everyone can talk to one person, right? And if you have a short list of questions already prepared, that makes it easier, right? It's not that scary. This exercise is really crucial in Calling Clarity because it helps you determine what you thought in your head was really what they want as well. So let me tell you about Carrie. She's a social worker who wanted to work with families, helping with better parent-child communication. In her first round of interviews, Carrie started very broad with parents at all levels with all types of communication issues. What she found, though, was that many that she interviewed said they wished they had met her when their kids were younger, that it would have helped a lot. She also found that it was the moms, whether they were biological moms or foster moms, more than any other group that really wanted these strategies. So from there, Carrie focused on moms with kids 11 and under. Now, in conducting the interviews, she also discovered that their biggest struggle was getting kids to listen, to do what they were asked to do without having the meltdown and the frustration that they were experiencing now. So this dovetailed exactly with what she considered her expertise in dealing with the parent and child behaviors and communication. She felt very confident to focus on creating a program for them and those problems specifically. So by the time she conducted her second round of interviews with more specific of a focus, she was able to collect the emails of many potential clients that she could present her program to when it was completed. They were really interested. This was her confirmation. Okay, the fourth question for you to ask yourself is, how can I build something and test it so I know it works? This is such an important thing to know, not only for your clients, but for you as well. You know, in creating a lifestyle business, you want to be able to prioritize and fit in all the things in your life that are important to you, right? You don't want one thing to take over. You want to work in your God-given design. You want your life and your work to be for you. So many times I have seen clients try things that are really not a good fit for them. They get caught up in the shiny object syndrome because they see things that seem to be working for others, so they try them, only to be disappointed with the results. That's what I love about what I teach in Calling Clarity, because by knowing God's design of you, you can work to create the perfect business for you. One that works for you as well as the wants of your clients. So how do you do this? Well, first you set up a beta group. This is a live set of your ideal clients going through your first iteration of the thing that you've created. It could be a program, it could be coaching sessions, it could be a membership. That's something we need to decide. Then from your interviews and by going through these modules, you have created your unique business, your mosaic masterpiece. You know, think about all those pieces of your life from the research coming together to create something new and something beautiful. Now it's time to see if it all works. We call this flying the plane as you are building it. With as much knowledge as you have, at this point, you launch your beta. This first beta group are those who will help you determine if you have all the right pieces and get them from their zero state to their hero state, from their pain to their gain, to what they want the outcome to be. You take them from their frustrations to the results that they're looking for in your area of expertise. Though I have been coaching through my Calling Clarity program for years, I created this new iteration at the beginning of the pandemic. I tested it again. We were live for 6 weeks with 9 women. And what did I find out? Well, I found out that I needed to add something very crucial. My transformation promise was they would know how to narrow down their ideas, be confident in which direction to go, and know that they were serving God and doing his will while doing it, while pursuing it. But what did I find out? I found out they needed a step-by-step process of actually launching or relaunching what they had now discovered. So I created my 40-day plan with those instructions. Now, I still continue to add and tweak my program. Why? So I can make it the best that it can be for my clients, especially as I learn new things about them. The other part of creating this lifestyle business was to think through and decide how I was going to show up for my clients. I wanted a life. You want a life, right? That meant making decisions around how much time I would spend with clients, what commitments I was willing to make for them, and when I would actually work. That's all part of the process in Calling Clarity. I don't ask my clients to do anything that I myself am not willing to do and do every single day of my business. Your great ideas mean nothing if you don't give clients what they want. And I hope that these 4 questions have given you something to think about as you create the God-centered business that you're called to create. Remember, they are: what do I know how to do? Who am I going to serve? How can I get confirmation that I'm doing and going in the right direction? And how can I build something and test it so I know that it works? If you want to know more about what Calling Clarity can do for you, I invite you to get on a clarity call with me. Let's discover how we can work together to give you the business that you want and that God has designed for you. Stop being distracted. Get out of the trap of indecision and get focused in the direction you should be going, so that you can experience the satisfaction in your business that comes from following God's calling. Also, make sure to like this video. Give me a comment below about what ahas you have. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is DeneenTB. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.